guide to your First Amendment rights. Call 1-800-815-5335.
Your world. Your country. It matters. Jennings, Koppel, Brinkley. Your state. Your town. It matters. Downs, Walters, Sawyer, Donaldson, and Sawyer. News matters, and it matters where you get your news. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source. It matters.
Disney presents one of its greatest adventures.
We were shipwrecked.
What would you do if your family had to survive in the wilderness? You loved it growing up. Now share it with your kids. The action. The adventure.
There's pirates.
The danger.
Sharks.
A Disney treasure. The ABC Family Movie, Swiss Family Robinson, Saturday.
And good morning from New York. I'm Kevin Newman.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thalia Shuras, and in the news at this hour, a controversial Muslim sheikh goes on trial. Russian artillery continues to pound the capital of Chechnya. More rain for flood-ravaged Northern California. Also coming up for you in this busy half hour, some of the technological wonders on display at the Consumer Electronics Show, and we'll take a look at the front pages of your papers, your news magazines, some of the photos as well. But right now we begin with the top of the news. Kevin?
Thalia, a trial begins in New York today of a dozen men accused of bringing the Islamic Jihad to America's shores. The lead figure in the trial is a blind spiritual leader, Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman. Jury selection begins today from a pool of some 5,000 people. ABC's Bob Jameson has details on what the jury will eventually hear.
Prosecutors say they will put Sheikh Omar Abdul Rahman's militant Islamic views on trial. That is an attempt to prove the blind cleric was the spiritual leader of his 11 co-defendants, inspired by his calls for a Muslim holy war against the United States.
What makes this case different is that it's not only about free speech, it's also about religion. The Sheikh's motivations are not only an effort to persuade others of the rightness of his views, his secular views, but also to advance his religious views.
While his views are protected by the First Amendment, prosecutors argue the Sheikh was more than just a religious leader. They charge he gave approval to attacks on the United Nations, the George Washington Bridge, and the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. And investigators say the Sheikh inspired the bombing 2 years ago of New York's World Trade Center. But his lawyers argue the Sheikh is being prosecuted for his religious and political views.
We view this case as a freedom of religion, freedom of speech case. Dr. Abdul Rahman is and has been for his entire career a truly dedicated and religious person.
Key to the prosecution's case are conversations between the Sheikh and paid FBI informant Imad Salem, who infiltrated his inner circle. Salem's credibility will be under constant attack by the defense. Bob Jameson, ABC News, New York.
10 days after a fatal attack on 2 abortion clinics in Brookline, Massachusetts, the accused gunman is being arraigned there today. John Salvi will be charged with 2 counts of murder and 5 counts of attempted murder this morning. The 22-year-old is also facing federal charges connected with the shooting spree. Airline safety will be in the spotlight for the next 2 days. The Federal Aviation Administration is opening a summit on the issue today. 1,000 people, including airline executives, pilots, and government regulators, have been invited to attend. Airline crew training, aircraft maintenance, and weather forecasting are some of the topics up for discussion. There were 5 major U.S. air crashes last year with more than 250 deaths.
Relations between the United States and North Korea continue to ease. The Clinton administration is welcoming a move by North Korea to lift restrictions on U.S. imports. Pyongyang announced today that it will allow American ships into North Korean ports and telecommunications between the two countries. The North Korean action is part of an agreement with the U.S. to dismantle North Korea's controversial nuclear power program. The Clinton administration says it thinks Russian President Yeltsin is still in control of his country's military. That was the word from Vice President Gore yesterday, but Senate Majority Leader Robert Dole isn't so sure. He wants to know why the Russian military continued to bomb Grozny, the capital of Chechnya, after Yeltsin publicly ordered a halt to the air attacks. Meanwhile, the battle for Grozny may be entering its final and most bloody days. ABC's Gillian Findlay reports.
If there can be a hell on earth, Grozny looked it Sunday. Gunfire, rocket fire, artillery fire, once again hitting the presidential palace as Russian troops edged closer to the center of Grozny and control of the city they have been trying to capture for 9 days. Having learned from their earlier defeats, the Russians are now said to be fighting the Chechens on the ground, street by street, block by block. But through it all, the shelling continues. This man was killed when he opened his apartment door, neighbors say. They built him a coffin as best they could and pleaded to know when the carnage will end. But there is no end in sight. To get water, people must now stand in lines, never knowing where the next shell will hit or when. Last night, a Russian news agency reported that Chechen President Dzhokhar Dudayev has fled his burning palace and is hiding in mountains south of the city. If true, it would be the first acknowledgement by the Chechens that they may lose the battle for Grozny. But that, they say, would only be the start of the real war. Gillian Findlay, ABC News, on the Chechen-Dagestani border.
Back in this country, flooding in Northern California continues to get worse. Heavy rain fell all weekend, forcing hundreds of people from their homes, closing highways, setting off mudslides. Sonoma and Napa counties have declared states of emergency as the Russian, Petaluma, and Napa rivers continue to rise. And high winds have knocked out power to thousands of homes and businesses in the area.
And the forecast for the area is not good. More heavy rain in Northern California today and tomorrow. Snow in the Sierras and from the Northern Rockies to the Mississippi Valley. Temperatures are unseasonably warm, though, west of the Rockies and seasonably cold in the Northeast and upper Midwest. The World News Now National Temperature Index is up a bit for this time of year. Now some local forecasts and an underwater shark hunt.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with
World News Now weather, brought to you by Rich Chocolate Ovaltine.
like a river flows surely to the sea.
Rich Chocolate Ovaltine versus Nestle Quick.
This is Ovaltine. This tastes good. This tastes like Nestle's. I love the taste of Ovaltine.
Rich Chocolate Ovaltine is a different kind of Ovaltine, and its great taste will surprise you.
I like Ovaltine. It's really, really good. Knowing that they have all of the nutrients in it, which makes you as a parent feel really good, but it's still that same good taste of chocolate.
Rich Chocolate Ovaltine.
Itch, rash, stop suffering. Cortisone 10 stops the itch and helps heal the rash. Cortisone 10 has the medicine doctors recommend most for itch and rash relief. None of these products have it. Look, Cortisone 10 applied to itchy rash gets under the itch for fast relief and help in healing. See? No more itch, no more rash. Get maximum strength Cortisone 10. It has the medicine doctors recommend most to stop the itch and help heal the rash.
Daytime weddings are the greatest.
What do you mean?
I have the best weddings for my favorite soap operas, One Life to Live, General Hospital, and All My Children on home video. There's Erica Kane's many marriages, and I've watched Luke and Laura's 100 times.
How did you get them?
For the first time, they've compiled the very best scenes on 3 really romantic videos.
They must cost a fortune.
They're only $14.98 each.
Order now. $14.98 each. Add $3.95 for shipping and handling. Call 1-800-225-5222.
Look, it's a gold card. Sure, no card on the planet is more useful, but it can't grant you inner peace. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could use it to go someplace where your only action would be one of non-action, which is pretty peaceful. And if you let Master Guest arrange your vacation, you'd save 20 to 40%, plus another $100 if you book by April 30th. And saving money might be the path of true wisdom. So I guess Gold MasterCard could help you see the light. Just remember to wear your sunscreen. Gold MasterCard, it's more than a gold card, it's smart money. Look for your Gold MasterCard application and apply.
Well, a lot of people think so. We're off to a wet and soggy golf course in Carlsbad, California now, and that's where Steve Elkington and Bruce Litsky went to sudden death in the PGA Mercedes Championship. I think they're just trying to hype the thing. Elkington and Litsky jumped ahead of third-round leader John Houston, whose game unfortunately fell apart yesterday. Elkington pulled into a tie with Litsky with that beautiful birdie in the 12th hole. Now, Litsky regained the lead by a stroke, but this miss on the 17th dropped him back into a tie. On the second playoff hole of sudden death, Steve Elkington dropped this 25-foot birdie to take the Mercedes title at La Costa.
What a cruncher.
Good for you. Now, the NCAA's annual convention is underway in San Diego, and later today, delegates will vote on a proposal to stiffen educational standards for college athletes. ABC's Armin Katayan has a preview of the debate in this report he filed yesterday, and we had the scores this morning.
For years, the term student athlete has been blurred by a blitz of primetime entertainment. But at the NCAA's annual convention this week, the focus was back on the essence of college sport.
We're trying to assure that the views and perspectives of the student athlete are heard in our athletics programs and in the NCAA.
A fiery debate and vote are expected tomorrow over a proposal designed to toughen freshman athletic eligibility standards and boost graduation rates. The proposal raises a standard set in 1987. Incoming freshmen needed a 2.0 grade point average in 11 core classes and a minimum score of 700 on their SATs to receive an athletic scholarship and be eligible to play. Proposition 16 increases the number of core classes to 13 and says the lower the grade point average, the higher the standardized test score must be. A minimum grade point average of 2.0 would require an SAT score of 900. Prop 16 is set to go into effect in August.
Well, with Prop 16, we're trying to send a very clear message that our business and our only business is academics, and that our students are students first and athletes second.
Saturday, an independent panel of scientific and academic experts denounced that message as misguided, charging NCAA leaders ignored scientific evidence, including its own research data, showing SAT tests are poor predictors of academic success.
I have here a stack of other reports over the past 15 years that essentially have told the NCAA the same thing. The test score does not increase standards, but it does increase discrimination.
Groups like the Black Coaches Association have blasted the use of standardized test scores as racially biased. The commission agreed, arguing arbitrary cutoff limits lock out vast numbers of minorities who would graduate if given a chance.
That 45% of students that get tossed away are being denied an opportunity which they have legitimately earned and which they could prove good on.
NCAA officials insist Proposition 16 is not about who gets into college, but who is best equipped to handle the difficult burden of being a student athlete in the 1990s. Now that burden falls into the hands of voters who must decide whether to accept, reject, or modify a proposal certain to frame the future of college sport. Armin Katayan, ABC News, San Diego.
And that is sports for this half hour.
Coming up, the revenge of the nerds. ABC's World News Now will continue after this from our ABC stations.
When Becky becomes boss, will Danny quit?
Now, since you've become producer, things have gotten totally out of control.
I've been producer for 4 hours.
Yeah, and I've been quiet long enough.
Full house. Dan.
Wow!
When Steve hits the lotto, everyone wants a piece.
We won!
We who? It's an all-new Me and the Boys.
You didn't sell the hot rod.
Yeah. And Tim makes a bad deal.
For enough money, are you going to sell your tools, me, the kids?
I'm not selling my tools.
Home Improvement, Tuesday on ABC. Sunday.
It was the car's fault.
Academy Award winner Jessica Tandy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
In one of the most special roles of her lifetime.
You're a doodle, Mama.
Turn left.
Yeah.
No, right.
Huh? Good God.
Dan Aykroyd, Academy Award winners Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy.
You're my best friend.
The Oscar-winning Driving Miss Daisy, Sunday on ABC.
Every year, all the gadget heads in the country get together to show off various contraptions and to talk megabytes in Las Vegas. Technically, and these people are very technical. The show is known as the Consumer Electronics Show. But maybe it should be called the Revenge of the Nerds. These are the people no one wanted to associate with at school. They were always busy with their calculators and such, probably wore glasses too. But now, revenge. Many of them made it big. They're rich, they have patents pending, and they demand respect. And get it? Bill Gates has to be having the last laugh. Actually, he'll probably keep on giggling for years to come as technology continues to take over all our lives with more and more offerings. Gadget guru Dick Debartolo went to the Vegas show to look over the latest stuff, and we tagged along.
Hey, Dick Debartolo, the gadget and gizmo guy. You know when gadget lovers die? This is where they go. The Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. All the new products are here, and we're going to look around. Hey, we're watching a movie on TV. There's nothing new about that. But this is new from Techniques. It's the video CD changer. This guy holds 5 movies. This is Star Trek. This is Addams Family. And it's a changer, but if you go out on the road or you want to take a movie to a friend's house, this is from Panasonic, and it plays your audio CDs, but it plays movies also. They're both about $600, and they're both available about June. Hey, lucky we're members of the press. We drove a car right into the convention center. This car has some neat stuff from Panasonic. The radio has a little chip in it that remembers 20 seconds. So I was on the cellular phone before, and
So if I understand that, I go right at the first gas station, then I go 2 left, and go around the broken water main, and then continue.
Great, you're on your cell phone, you want to remember something? You just record it. This is something else from Panasonic. Now, we're in LA, and we want to find a museum. Tom, can we find a museum? It says, it's going through a little demonstration here. And the answer is...
Setting our route. Picking a destination. Now it's indexing our destinations. We're going to pick the museum option.
Boy, I see that we can find hospitals.
Museums, police stations, restaurants, hotels.
I don't want to find a police station.
Now it's selecting museums.
And we stop when we find a museum we like?
Santa Monica Museum.
Okay, let's go there.
That's going to give us a route guidance
right. And
from
here's
our current location.
Right, and a grid.
And a grid.
Boy, oh
now
boy.
It'll show us how to get there, the best route.
Amazing. What is that guy going to cost?
Approximately $3,000.
And when will it be available?
About 12 months.
Oh, another year. We have to wait a year. We'll be lost for a year. Hey, Mom, look, no wires. This uses a new technology from Rekaton called 900 megahertz. You put the speaker out in the garden, you don't have to worry about running those wires through the ground. Now, using that same technology, it's all sent from a little transmitter here. Well, the big thing is home theater. Everybody wants home theater with the 5 speakers. So you hook the transmitter back to your Dolby Pro Logic. Sounds important. And you can have 5 channels. The 3 main speakers are hardwired, but the aft speakers can be wireless. You'll have 1 in each corner, and you'll have the subwoofer. They'll just be plugged in the wall, but they need no wires back to the Dolby amplifier. And let's just see if someone was watching a movie here. This is VCR Plus Control Tower. You know those little numbers in the newspaper? Punch them in here. It tells your VCR what you want to record. And it can also control your cable box and your TV set. This is like new technology, but this is the next technology. It's called Index Plus. You know what that's going to do for you? It's going to, when you put a tape in, it'll tell you what's on the tape, how long it is, how much blank tape is remaining, and when you highlight the show you want to see, your VCR will go and show you that show. Now this is going to be available on most VCRs beginning in the fall. It's going to add maybe $50 to $60 to the cost of the VCR, but there's even more.
We've already talked about pre-recorded video. Now let's talk about recording a video at home. Now, as you can see on this tape here, the title of the show is already listed. The title of the show will automatically be pulled from the broadcast and placed into the memory of the VCR, and giving it to a nice, accurate, and complete table of contents. Every tape that you will record on will automatically be given a name, like given a name to a child. So every tape will have its own identity. Now these particular shows, as you can see here, will all be able to be pulled up at any given time. You will also be able to see how many minutes of tape is remaining on the tape as well. So let's fast forward and take a look at, here we have, this particular tape is 90 minutes long. It has 90 minutes left. Now if you want to record a couple of shows, these first two shows is fine, but the Index Plus VCR automatically knows that there's not enough space left on the tape. So it will warn you, and the Index Plus VCR will automatically know there's not enough tape left on the tape, space left on the tape, and it will tell you to change tapes. So everything that you record on your Index Plus VCR will automatically be cataloged into a library, a videotape library of sorts.
You wish the baseball strike was over? The people at Motorola hope so too, because they have Sports Track. This little handheld unit, you pick your favorite team, gives you all the games home and away, and 3 seasons are included in the price. It's going to be about $200, under $200, and it's going to be available around May or June. In addition to products of the future, there are things you can buy now, like this compact Aero portable computer. It's a notebook that weighs under 3.5 pounds. It's under $2,000 in color, under $1,000 in monochrome, which is also black and white. And this is neat. This is the compact Presario. It has a small footprint. That means it doesn't take up a lot of room on your desk. Popular Science picked this as the best of what's new. It's a multimedia computer, has built-in CD-ROM, built-in stereo speakers, built-in answering machine, built-in speakerphone, and it even has a built-in TV. So you can have a little picture down here of me while you're actually doing your word processing. I'd rather be big on the screen while you do a little word processing down here, but that's just an ego thing.
There's a strong trend going on in the personal computer marketplace right now to create lifestyle functionality on PCs. What that really means is that people want to do very practical, very innovative things with their PCs. And what we're doing with the software that we're putting on the machines, we're finding that people really are enamored with the possibility of using computers to answer their telephone, to send faxes to people, to place audio CDs, to run, of course, computer CDs like games and educational programs. So they're really looking for that lifestyle functionality to really enhance the multimedia PC experience.
There's a lot of talk at the show about Bob. No, not your friend Bob. We know about your friend Bob. Microsoft's Bob. And Karen here is going to tell us a little about this new Bob.
All right, Microsoft Bob is for individuals and families in the home, and it comes with 8 essential programs. You can see them here. You can write letters with Bob. You can keep an address book. There's a household manager, a checkbook. You can even send electronic mail and a lot more. And you always have your character here to help you out. Here we have Java, who's a little bit ticklish. He's a coffee-drinking dragon. And instead of having a manual, instead of having tutorial, there's no help. There's always one place to go, and it's your own personal guide. Now, of course, if you don't really like someone like Java, you can change your guide and pick someone a little bit more fun. Say goodbye to Java. Say goodbye to Java.
Oh, yeah, goodbye. One of the things you learn at CES is initials. There's HD, TV, CDI, CDA, DAT, so this is DDB, taking a plane to JFK, where I'll take the IRT back to ABC. I'll see you.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, I'm starting to understand this. When one of the guys says the lifestyle functionality to enhance your multimedia accessibility, I go, I know exactly what you mean.
All I can understand is I would like a coffee-drinking dragon as a guide.
It is the right sensibility, isn't it?
Highway. Isn't that amazing? You could have just about anything that you could possibly
You could spend thousands of dollars at a place like that.
Figuring it out something else, though.
That's right. You're watching World News Now.
Pleasant-tasting Ricola is blended from organically grown Swiss alpine herbs and other natural ingredients. Ricola, natural herb cough drops from Switzerland. Now available and sugar-free, naturally.
If you need extra strength medication to treat itchy skin, you're not alone.
I get a steady itch and it's around my waist and it's very irritating.
Now you can solve your itchy skin problems with new extra strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
When I put it on, it soothes the rash and it stops the itching.
Extra Strength Gold Bond has an extra strength triple action formula. We take our proven absorbing action, then add more pain reliever for medicating action, and extra zinc oxide for drying action.
The itching doesn't bother me anymore.
New Extra Strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
If you want to lose weight, I've got great news. New Dexatrim Plus vitamins. A way to help control your hunger all day so you can lose the weight, plus get the essential daily vitamins your body needs. Colette, you lost weight with Dexatrim.
I lost 11 pounds, and I feel great.
In clinical studies, people using Dexatrim lost twice as much weight as the people who didn't use Dexatrim. So start losing your weight today. New Dexatrim Plus vitamins. Lose the weight, get the vitamins.
Well, it's Elvis's birthday today.
There
It's
he
World
is.
News Now's
Yesterday,
birthday last weekend, so we
Right.
have some cake here for no other reason. But,
Well, and actually, because our technical director Bob Stone decided to bring it in. Look at the
what a good guy.
beautiful job he does. Isn't that pretty?
well, listen,
That's really
Elvis is,
sweet.
of course, in the news.
Third
We're
year.
not. We're never in the news. Nobody knows we're here.
We only do it,
And
yeah.
we like it that way.
Right.
Now, sure, there. You keep going. I wanted to show you a bit of videotape here of the bust of Elvis that was unveiled yesterday. Now, it was unveiled by a sculptor by the name of Felix de Weldon, who's done some work at the Iwo Jima Memorial in Arlington, Virginia. Well, this was the one he had worked on. Here he goes to unveil Elvis. Now, the interesting thing about this, Thalia, is that there's another guy who worked on it by the name of Don Rogers who wanted to sing a song in this unveiling, but the Presley estate said no, they didn't want that to happen. So what he did was he recorded his voice on cassette and stuck it on the inside of the bus. So
Good for him.
yeah, that way he says, my song will always be in Elvis's head.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I have to show you an Elvis photograph. Now, this one comes from Israel. People in Israel are very fond of Elvis. So fond of Elvis, on the outside, on the outskirts of Jerusalem, there is a place called the Elvis Inn.
Yes.
And there is a plaster likeness of the king at that particular location. These can you hear those candles? I'm getting worried.
I'm getting worried too. I think the fire marshal's going to be in here any second
These
now.
sparkle. Well, they make
All
a
right.
lot. They do. They're
do.
sparklers.
Are they?
Well, they
So
were.
if you- well,
okay.
after we eat this, okay, we're going to. Did you know that the person who created tater tots has died? Now,
No,
tater
I
tots are something that Thalia and I weren't that familiar with, but they're
That
you know,
familiar? Like, I had absolutely no idea what.
But anyway, they're an American institution,
Right.
and the gentleman who came up with them died, unfortunately.
Oh.
He originally created them by mixing potatoes, flour, seasonings, and then forced the mixture through holes cut in plywood. They chopped it up, fried it, then took them out and sold them, and the rest is tater tot history.
Tater tot history. Okay, well, I want to show you something that will put your money where your mouth is. Another photograph, okay? Now, this is the assistant principal at a high school in Summit, Illinois.
What's
Now,
he eating?
He made a deal with students. He promised to eat a bug if the students read 4,000 literary works. Well, guess what? 450 students met the challenge, and he ate the worm and said it was crunchier than I thought, and it had a musty flavor.
Whatever it takes to encourage literacy, I'm all for it, including eating this fabulous cake. That's the news for this half hour.
This is World News Now.
Janine woke up in a cold sweat. She remembered that she'd gone to a party the night before and gotten smashed out of her mind. The question is, who was this guy in her bathroom? What did he look like? What had they done? How had she gotten herself into this mess? What about AIDS? Then, much to her relief, Janine realized that unlike the rest of us, she was just a cartoon. Get high, get stupid, get AIDS.
start taking care of yourself. Don't smoke, don't lose your heart-to-heart disease. Call us for more information.
Late Night Friday. There's only one place to be to catch the hottest music. With all the energy and entertainment of music the way it was meant to be heard. Live. Every week, we bring you the bands that know how to rock the house. Just the way you like it. ABC in concert. Late Night Friday.
In 1995, ABC's Wide World of Sports goes into high gear. The constant variety of ABC's Wide World of Sports. It just keeps getting bigger and better.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thalia Shuras.
And I'm Kevin Newman. And in the news at this hour, congressional Republicans consider cutting Medicare and Medicaid. More name-calling of the First Lady. And a jailhouse book by O.J. Simpson provokes controversy. Also coming up in this half hour, the Brinkley Roundtable on the opening days of the 104th Congress. And, of course, all the business news from Asia. But we begin with the top of the news. Thalia?
The debate over a balanced budget amendment is heating up in Washington as Republicans try to move that idea through Congress. Democrats are hoping to derail the Republican drive. The Democrats are demanding to know just what a balanced budget amendment would mean for major government programs. One possibility helped intensify the debate yesterday. Here's ABC's Bob Zelnick.
Republicans